Hi everyone, we're doing some invert pictures today, a bit of artwork for you. I started yesterday a picture of an Atticus atlas moth. I just did my pencil lines, did my background, which I'm not that pleased with, but I'm using acrylic so I could go over it if I wanted to. It might not matter at the end anyway. And I've just reaffirmed where my lines were. Using white paint, but I can't continue with mine at the minute because I need the book to copy off. But Connor's using it. He's copied a blue morpho butterfly, but Connor loves using a lot of colour in these pictures, so it might not end up looking like a blue morpho butterfly, but it will be really colourful. Actually just copying out of his bug book. Well, the picture I'm copying off is in here. Oh, there is this. So I'll have to wait till he's finished his picture. I don't know if all of his pictures will be inverts. I don't think he's decided. He's got a snake book somewhere. Well, Connor's almost done with his pictures. He did the butterfly. I did just put an outline around it just to make it ping out from the background for him. And he's done a plumed basilisk, a giant katyd, or whatever. And he's just doing a bird, I think it's a jay or something, that he's copied off. I did help him with the outlines of some of them, because especially the katyd, because he's picked difficult things to do. So they'll be going on his bedroom wall. He's got a little art gallery full of pictures because he does love his artwork. Very good then, Connor. Well done. Well, there's Connor's up in his gallery with these other paintings that he's already done in previous time. I wish I could work as loosely and relaxed as Connor. I've tried it before at an art club and it is really enjoyable, but then when I start to do a painting of my own, I get into the nitty-gritty detail and I find it hard to work loosely and free. I might try it though with one picture and see what results come out of it. Well, I didn't carry on like I said, like I promised myself. Time ran away with me and I had other stuff to do, but I went to the art club today after a 10-year absence and took this with me. But all I managed to do in 2 hours is more white lines, and I started the tips. I was too busy gassing, but I will carry on with it. The picture behind is actually in oils and just very roughly painted. It's a painting for my bedroom, but I will carry on. I can see now that I'm colouring in the top wings that I've done this wing quite a lot bigger than this wing. I might make some adjustments down this side. That's why you should make sure you've done your initial pencil drawing properly. But I'm always impatient to get to the painting, but I'll see what I can do. I'm still quite pleased with it. Well, I'm going to call this one finished. It's not perfect, but I'm quite happy with it. I could keep going forever and ever and spoil it if I try and overwork it. So I did make this wing slightly bigger, but not enough to correct it totally, but who cares. An example of not doing my pencil drawing quite good enough is I did a pencil drawing of my little boy, but I've not got the dimensions quite right with that, and I've made him look at least 10. I know where I went wrong though. This gap here is too long. Anyway, but we're going to stick to invert. Next, I've decided to try to do a watercolour painting of this true weevil beetle. I'm not really a watercolour painter, so I don't know how it'll turn out. I've just faintly sketched it. I had to do it 3 times because I couldn't fit it all on. It's quite a funny shape. It's got long antennae. Well, I made a bad start. I made a total hash of the background. I know how to do a watercolour wash, but not around an object. I wish I'd started the bug first and then put the background in later. So I've just soaked it and tried to sponge quite a lot of it off. So I'm going to start again, basically. This probably isn't going to end up looking great, but I left it for a while because I didn't have confidence, but I've been to the watercolour class at the art club. Not my usual style. They wanted a dramatic sky, but it's given me a bit of confidence to actually start this one. So there you go, another one finished. Semi pleased with it. I'm more happy with the background, how I've done it now. I had to cheat a little bit because I had no black or white watercolour, so I've used a paint called gouache, which is light watercolour but a bit thicker for the white, which is good because you can put highlights in it. The black actually was acrylic, but I've used it in the same way that I would use a watercolour, which you can do. I was toying with the idea of going round it with an outline in, say, black or green pen, but my husband says no. So I just like more definition, but I think it's because I normally paint in acrylics and get bogged down in detail. There you go. For my next painting, I decided to do a tarantula. I've already started this at the art club this morning. I chose a Venezuelan sun tiger. As you can see, some bits are still rough, some bits I've worked on a little bit more. I'm working in acrylics, so with acrylics you can go over darker bits. So I've got lots of highlights and things to put in. Hello, love. For the background, I've wanted to reflect the orange in the feet and the legs somehow, so I've done it kind of like a sun, but I think it needs a bit of reworking. It's a bit wishy-washy at the minute. It's finally finished. I'm really pleased with it. I normally pick fault with my work, which I can with this, but I am happy with it. I think it looks better with stronger colour for the background. I put in as much detail as I could, highlights in the legs and the eyes, the chelicerae, and all the little hairs all around the carapace and everything. So there you go, another one done. Right, excuse the washing machine, I'm doing this in the kitchen. My next picture is a rosemary leaf beetle. I'll have to show you a picture on the computer because I'm using my phone to record this. For this I'm going to try a mixed media type picture, which just means you're using different materials. I don't know how this is going to go because this is like an artist's board and a little bit bobbly, but I want to use embossing powders for parts of it, and all I've got is this pen, special pen that's like clear, and then you sprinkle some powder on and use a heating tool and it kind of melts it as like a permanent fixture. But because it's bobbly, I don't know if this pen is going to work into the bobbly bits, because as soon as you turn that on, any bits that are not stuck will just get blown away. But I'll give it a try. Right, I've sprinkled some on, hopefully it'll stick. Oh, it reminds me of being at school playing with glitter. I'll probably find it on my face for weeks. It just catches your eye. Right, well, quite a bit of it's stuck. It looks a bit orangey on the camera, but it's actually red. What you do is don't over melt it, because it can burn. You just have to kind of watch for it turning, if you like. Not used this for ages, I don't know if it takes a while to heat up actually. Right, so it's all melted, but as I was worried about, there are little gaps in between. It might still look okay when the whole picture's finished, but we'll just see. Well, I've done the red bits. I don't know if you can see, it's quite shiny and glittery for the metallic effect. If you look closely, you can see white paper through it in little speckles. I don't know if it would have been better to paint it red underneath those parts, but I was thinking then the special ink in this might not have taken, and I really did press this in, but the glitter just didn't stick in the inverted bits. Still looks okay though. I don't know if I can add some on top, or I don't know if using PVA and sticking the glitter on with that works the same. I wish I'd experimented already, to be honest, but right, for the yellowy bits in the beetle, I used the gold embossing powder, and I did actually use PVA. Now when I was heating it, the PVA was like really bubbly, but it has stuck, and where I tipped all the glitter on, I don't know if it'll show it on camera, but some of it stuck in the red bit, so it's kind of made it really nice, like a two-tone thing. So you look at it one way and it's red, and you look at it the other way and it's got like hints of golden yellow. So I'm quite pleased with that effect. Right, for the greeny bits between the red and the blue, I've just got some normal glitter, not embossing glitter. So I'm just going to PVA and sprinkle that on. The reason I did the embossing powder first is in case this can't be melted, or it might burn it or whatever, but that's the reason I did it that way around. I'm just waiting for my green glitter to stick properly, and I've noticed I've done a mistake. That's supposed to be blue in that bit where it's like a thin red strip there, but I don't know what I'm going to use for the blue, but I think I'll just be able to go over it and fix it. That's the trouble with I keep referring to a picture off my phone, and it keeps going on to lock screen every minute. So I keep thinking, oh, I remember, but I don't remember. Done it wrong. I'll fix it now. Right, I'm going to stop there for today because I've not got nothing to use for blue. So all the bits on the body that are still white, they should be blue. I'm really pleased with it up to now though. On the picture I'm using, there are bits of purple on the legs as well. I've got some lovely purple glitter there. I didn't really want to use just glitter on this picture. I didn't want it to be a glitter picture, but a mixed media picture. So I'm thinking, what else can I put into it, paint wise or whatever. I probably will do a background of some kind, probably with paint, or I don't know, I'm still thinking. But that's it for now. Right, I've had a week's break from this because I've been on holiday. I quickly did the background with acrylic paint. I've gone over where I put the gold embossing powder with just yellow acrylic for now. It wasn't yellow enough, it looked a bit peachy. Not in a good way. Not that kind of peachy. And I painted the blue bits with blue acrylic, and then I've sprinkled some purple glitter in, but I'm still going to go over that with blue glitter, and hopefully that'll end up with a two-tone effect as well when you tilt it. Okay, just quickly, I sprinkled a little bit of green glitter onto the yellow painted lines just to shiny them back up. I got myself some blue glitter glue, the blue parts. I'm just waiting for that to dry because when you put it on it's like 3D, but it flattens when it's bone dry. For the shiny bits that are on the picture, I just used white just to show that the light's shining on the beetle. I used black embossing powder to separate the sections and the antennae, but I may go over that with a bit of green. It's too black for my liking. The eyes are still painted just blue, but I have gone over it with this realistic water. It's like a resin, dries clear. It's used for model making. I may lock all the glitter with that. I may try that. I don't know if it'll ruin it, but that's where I'm up to. But now I have to wait for this to all dry, because I think if I try and put this on and it's not dried, I think this would never dry. So there you go, it's finished. I'm quite pleased with it. I did sprinkle a little bit of green on top of the black so it didn't stand out too much. I used purple acrylic paint just to put some detail in the joints of the legs, little highlights in the eyes. I have put this over the whole thing and it's not smudged it at all, so I'm really pleased with that. It's still yet to dry, but I will coat it a few times because if you can see, some parts have dried and you know it's still bobbly. Now the bits that are not dried, it looks really nice and enamelled, but I'm hoping that if I keep layering it, you can only go so many layers, I think, you can't do it too deep. But if I keep layering it, then it will look like proper enamelled and really shiny. So yeah, there you go. I've just double read the tub actually, and you can put it on 1/8 of an inch per layer and a maximum of 1/2 an inch, so yeah, it will eventually look all enamelled and shiny like this. I've done another quick picture just while I had half an hour to kill. I thought I'll get the oil pastels out and just see if I can do a really quick one and get it finished within a short space of time. That's the picture I've copied off. I didn't do a pencil drawing first, I just went straight in with the oil pastels. Yeah, so I had fun doing that. It's nice to do something quick for a change. I couldn't get nice crisp lines, but they're a bit crayon-like. I'm going to look into how you use these properly though, because I've seen some brilliant pictures that people have done using these. Yeah, so I hope you like him. I'm quite pleased with him. My next painting I'm doing on my holidays. It was lovely before, we've been for a nice long walk, but it's a good time to paint when it's raining, so I've just been painting this dragonfly while everybody else relaxes doing their own thing. Even Bronte's having a relax.
Bronte having a relax.
It was a bit windy and it was rocking the caravan and kept making me go out of the lines a little bit. But I'm having a break now. I have a lovely brew. Well, I managed to ruin my picture, I feel. Instead of painstakingly trying to do these lines in paint with a paintbrush, I used a fine liner, a pen, and then when I tried to add a bit of a darker bluishness over the top, it's made all the pen run, making them like a purpley colour and too dark. I don't know if I've got the heart to fix it. I'll just try and fill the lines back in and just live with the darkness. It's our last night here, so I'll probably finish it when we get home. I did do another picture, just a pencil drawing of a scorpion. I forget what kind. I'm semi-pleased with that, seeing as it's only in pencil. So, we'll see about this one anyway. I'm gutted, I was so pleased with it before I messed with it. Right, well, I'm back home off my holidays. I've drawn the lines back in with the fine liner, but I'm still not quite happy with it. I've not drawn the lines in quite as good as they was before, just because it was painstaking. I'm going to try a little experiment though, so have a look at it before I further ruin it. No, I don't know. I'm just going to try and lighten it by using a bit of glitter actually, because on some photographs of dragonflies the wings do look a bit glitzy. I think I've probably done the body a bit thick, but right, let's give this a go. Now I'm more happy with it. I can live with it now. I just used some clear PVA type glue and dabbed the glue on rather than wiping it, because I didn't want to smudge me ink marks again. So although the wings are still purpley, when you tilt it, it's got another aspect to it in that it's nice and glitzy. There you go. So, there you go, that's finished. These marks, I don't know if you can tell, but they're supposed to be like the water being flapped off the wings, just to give it a bit of movement. There you go, there's all my paintings together. I know Connor's art gallery is far better, and far more colourful than mine, but oh well, I try. I may do some reptile paintings next, so if anybody has any requests of anything they'd like to see me paint, or more bugs, if you'd like a certain tarantula painted or whatever, just comment in the comments section below. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and give you some ideas maybe of being creative yourself. Bye for now. Thank you for watching.